So, pretty probably scary survey out there for employers from what you found. Looks like more than half of workers in 2023 are going to be looking for a new job, and that number is up pretty substantially from just 6 months ago. What did your survey find when it came to what workers are looking for in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. We conducted the survey in October, November, about 2,500 workers across the U.S. And in Boston specifically, 46% said that they're looking or plan to look for a new role in the first half of 2023, which is up 41% from 6 months ago. Now, some workers are more likely to make a career move than others. So the first group, the largest group, was that 18 to 25-year-old group, and that came in at 60%. The second group, not too far behind that, was HR professionals at 58%. Then you had employees who had been with their company for 2 to 4 years at 55%. And then the fourth group, again, still a large population, was the working parents at 53%.
Looking for some of that flexibility. Corey, I think maybe it was Robert Half or maybe it was somebody else, but do you know the average increase that employees have been seeing when they go and switch companies? Because I know it's been a pretty seriously high number for those making a job switch over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I don't have that number off the top of my head, but I agree with you. I do remember it being a fairly substantial delta from one role to the next.
Is that the primary reason those surveyed are giving for a change, is looking for a little more income?
Yeah, I mean, we said this so many times this calendar year, right? Money is top of mind. The main reasons that workers plan to look for a new job in Boston, number one, 56% said it was a higher salary. Number two, in Boston at 47%, was better benefits and perks. And then the third reason was greater flexibility to choose when and where they work.
What seem to be the big drawbacks? What are employees talking about when they say, other than salary, what are the big drawbacks to the current jobs that they have?
Yeah, this is interesting. So the turnoff specifically, according to this job optimism survey, was more geared towards the potential future employer. So the number one turnoff was unclear or reasonable job responsibilities. The second one was poor communication with the hiring manager. And then the third largest turnoff for why the person didn't pursue another opportunity was a misalignment with the company's culture and their values.
Corey, the job market, really since the really ugly days of the pandemic, that May 2020 timeframe has just been gangbusters here in terms of new jobs added. I have to say that personally, one of my big concerns for 2023 is that possibility for the job market to shift and start to see job loss. Does that seem to be on employees' minds, or is that really just taking a back seat at this stage?
Sure. I think it would be foolish to say people aren't thinking about it. And in fact, look at layoffs and hiring freezes that are happening at some companies. But the one thing that remains true is that there's still plenty of jobs, and there's still not enough skilled workers. I mean, look at the data from the most recent BLS. The monthly job growth has averaged 392,000 this year as opposed to 178,000 in 2019. Huge delta. And I've heard you say it multiple times, even the past few months, there's still roughly 2 jobs for every unemployed person.
Any tips for the job seeker out there, dusting off that resume for the first time in a few years and really starting to look around?
Well, I think let's just say this. Let's say you're currently employed and you're looking for a new job. I would say be discreet, search on your own time, and avoid mentioning your job search on social media. Obviously, don't use company equipment and resources for your search. Schedule interviews outside of work hours or just take the day off. And as always, it's never a bad idea to partner with a recruiter to help you find a job that aligns with your priorities.
Corey Adams from the HR consulting firm of Robert Half joining us to talk about their most recent survey on the labor market and job seekers. Corey, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
To you as well. Thanks for always having me.